So much happened with Vampire Diaries on Thursday, which I recently watched today. There's a lot of questions out there, which I have questions too. Vampire Diaries recap: Caroline and Alaric are engaged. Holy plot twist! Season 7, 7 seasons, and the Vampire Diaries has yet to break its ridiculous and wonderful plot place. In this episode alone, Season 7, Episode 6, Best Served Cold, we got Damon and Stefan trying to kill their new stepdad, Alaric, saying goodbye to the vampire living in his dead wife's body, and the revelation that the history's professor's unborn babies are still alive inside of Caroline. Yeah, we're going to need at least a week to process all of that. In the meantime, here's a breakdown of the 7 craziest things that happened in Best Served Cold. Caroline is engaged to Alaric in the future. What? In this week's 3-year flash forward, we learn that Caroline's mystery fiancé is none other than Alaric. We are less enthusiastic about this compelling coupling than we were about Bonnie and Enzo, who really kind of made sense. Alaric and Caroline, though, all we can think about is how he was her high school teacher. Sure, age age has different meaning of TV, and on TV we're teenagers and are so often played by 20-somethings. But still, what do these two have in common? Besides the fact that Caroline is apparently carrying around Rick's unborn twins, which I did not go. Stefan tries to kill Julian. TVD has always known how to throw a party. In tonight's episode, the party in question is Lily's, and it's in honor of her recently revived heretic man crush Julian. And as it is the TV tradition, the party gets bloody before it starts. Still broken up about the news that Julian killed his unborn baby 150 years ago. Yeah, there were a lot of unborn babies in this episode. Stefan vows to kill Julian. Tonight, Damon intent on letting Lily remember what it is to love and be loved before he takes Julian from her, spends the entire party trying to stop his baby brother. It's also always interesting when Stefan and Damon reverse roles, i.e., the impetuous one who acts rashly and the even-keeled one who thinks things through. And watching Damon fool Stefan's plans that actually provided a lot of ironic relief. Those Salvatore brothers. Okay. The mood of the party quickly turns sour when Stefan, with the aid of Matt, manages to incapacitate Damon and give killing Julian the old college try, though he manages to both stake his new stepdad and set him on fire. Lily shows up and saves Julian before Stefan can do any permanent damage. Then things get really intense. Then Julian beats Stefan and Damon up. When Julian recovers from being staked and set on fire, he sets his girlfriend's kids down for a little chat about respect, and somehow this episode turns into a domestic abuse Lifetime movie with Lily fighting to protect her sons from her angry boyfriend. It's weirdly effective, even though Damon and Stefan are the farthest thing from helpless victims in violence on the show. It's so controlled that snapping someone's neck is basically the inevitable of a tickle these days. It gets even realer, however, when Stefan and Damon, reminisce about how Julian's abuse reminded them of dear old dad. Dark stuff, guys. We are also finally get Lily admit that she cares about her sons, or would prefer if they didn't die. The best thing about bringing Julian on as a villain is that this gives Lily room to redeem herself. She doesn't have to drive the villainary plot in the same way, and we are here to it. Alaric has a chance to say goodbye to Joe, sort of. Speaking of the worst, poor Florence, the vampire who ended up in Joe's body. Turns out vampire souls can't exist in human bodies. Because of course, which means Flo doesn't even make it to the end of the episode. She does, however, give Alaric a chance to properly say goodbye to his wife, even though it's not really her. Flo and Rick have a really nice moment for two strangers who just met, and it actually doesn't feel contrived. They both needed each other in bizarre ways. Someone's collecting humans at the high school. In a disturbing twist, someone is using the abandoned high school stockpile compelled humans. They just sit there connected to IVs, and it is seriously creepy. It was literally creepy, you guys. I was like, what the hell is going on? I thought they were just using them to just get their blood. Bonnie and Mac thankfully find them, but they are committed in over their heads, especially without the knowledge of who's behind this. Easy money is on Julian, though. The guy's the worst. Damon and Stefan talk kids. It's kind of crazy that the show has matured to a point that one of the main thematic subplots of this episode was Damon and Stefan confiding in one another about their desire to become dads. Dudes, it's called adoption. With the power of compulsion, you don't even have to go through all of the paperwork. It's nice to see the Salvatore bros have such a positive relationship for such an extended period of time. They are getting along so well that Damon even agrees to abandon his master plan to wait on the let's kill Julian native and kill Julian right this second or whatever. Aww! And our last thing. Alaric's babies are still alive and they're inside of Caroline. So that's how TVD is going to write in Candace Keen's pregnancy. Interesting. We're not sure how we feel about this particular development. Mysterical baby plots don't have the best track record on TV, but you have to admit TVD still knows how to craft up those crazy plot twists. This show has still got it. The Vampire Diaries Season 7 airs Thursdays at 8 p.m. Central on the CW. Now our next article is, will Lily die? When I saw this episode, I was like basically like this. Okay. Is Alaric engaged to Joe? Because, I don't know. And then I have 2 kids. I'm just wondering if the 2 kids are Caroline and his. That's what I'm curious. Thanks, guys. We have more news on the TVD coming up next. Bye.